What's up, y'all? It's Alex Good Energy, man. This video is in such high demand, and I'm excited to do it for y'all, man. Like, listen, man, I've been in the industry since 2012, and I've been booking loads, negotiating, and I grew my fleet from finally learning how to get what was owed to me for real, right? Like, once I learned how to read the market, once I learned that every week, literally, like the market changes, and I was able to negotiate correctly. That's what helped me take it to that next level. So, something that I've always been asked to do is, hey, can you book a load for us live? Because I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, my nickname's the low board killer. Okay, when before we got contracts and dedicated lanes, we built our relationships off the low board, right? And this is a good resource for people who are new to the industry. You haven't had an opportunity to get a contract yet. Like, this is how we were able to make some money, and this is how we actually built our relationship with our dedicated contract, right? So the first thing I do when I get on the board, man, I find out where my truck is at, make sure that he's empty. And so like right now I have a truck that's in Dalton, Georgia, right? He's about 90 miles outside of Atlanta. So what I'm doing when I hop on the low board, I'm looking for the most paying freight, going the least amount of miles, but I'm also trying to make sure that wherever that destination is, I'm still able to get a good load coming out of there as well, right? So I tell people all the time, like when you're calling these people, when you're calling a broker to book a load, the first thing you want to know is, okay, how much do you truly want to move your truck, right? You got to know that number. Like some of them post what they're paying, but some of them don't post what they're paying. So I don't know what load I'm going to take yet, right? But I'm going to make sure that I pick the smartest load. And at the end of this, after I do this live call and I book this live load, I got a teaching lesson for you guys. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and see. So one thing about it, I've been doing it for a while. So, there's 3,000 loads coming out of Georgia right now, right? Coming out of the Atlanta area. So it's like, okay, there's 3,000 loads. Which one do I choose, right? Like that's the biggest question right now. I've been doing it for a while, so I kind of know how to locate the loads that are going into an area that has some good loads coming out of there. And I prefer personally to get loads that I can pick up today and deliver next day. I really don't like holding loads for more than one day. Okay.
XBO, this is Tim.
Hey Tim, how you doing, brother? This is Alex. I was calling about that load you got posted here from Atlanta, Georgia to Baltimore, Maryland for tomorrow.
Okay, for what day? Today, tomorrow? Okay. It's Fairburn, Georgia to Aberdeen, Maryland. It's actually ready now. I need to fix the posting. So I had two loads. The 42.5 was the one that it's covered. This one is 44.968 on the weight. Can pick up today, tomorrow. It's a 24-hour shipper, and receiver is 24 hour as well. So you can pretty much deliver straight through next day.
Love it, love it. Love what I just heard. The only thing that I don't like is the weight, obviously, right? With this storm going on right now. Let me ask you a question, brother.
I mean, isn't it better though when you heavier? You'll stick to the ground.
That's one way of looking at it for sure. But it's definitely gonna pull a little bit of my fuel as well. I see you got it posted for 2,000. I don't know. Would you be able to meet me? Because I'm trying to convince this guy to go in that direction. He normally does not go in that far up north. Would you be able to squeeze an extra 250 for me and do it at 2250, brother?
I'll do 21, man. That's my break-even rate.
2100.
I'll send you a screenshot if you don't believe me. That's like dollar for dollar. That's all I have.
Nah, I totally believe you, my brother, and I think I might be able to get him to swing that. Let me go ahead and just give him a call real quick, and I'll call you right back. Okay, buddy?
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so look, that was a pretty good load. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a load that I probably would take because that load is picking up in Atlanta, Georgia, right? I do have a truck in Atlanta, empty right now. I love the fact that it was a 24-hour shipper and a 24-hour receiver because what that does is that makes it super flexible now for me on the pickup time. It takes away all the pressure from my driver, especially when the weather is not the best. It takes all that pressure off of him and he can get there either really quick or if he runs into like some slick weather, he might need to pull over for a couple of hours. There's no pressure and there's no service failure, right? So let's do the math real quick, right, guys? So that load picked up in Atlanta, Georgia. It delivers into Baltimore, Maryland. So that's 661 miles, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do to find out what my net profit will be is I'm gonna figure out how much fuel am I gonna need in order to pull this load off, right? So we're gonna do 661 miles and we're gonna divide that by 6 miles per gallon. So that lets me know it's gonna take 110 gallons of diesel in order to complete this trip, right? And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna times that by the national average price for diesel right now, which is about $2.50, right? So I know right now, before this truck moves, I'm gonna have to spend at least $275 in fuel in order to go ahead and get that load completed, right? So we're gonna go ahead and deduct. Y'all remember that number? Write that number down, right? $275, right? I'm not the best at math. You have to work with me now, all right? So we got $2,100 that I'm getting paid. We're gonna minus the 275 in fuel. Now, obviously, I don't have a CDL, right? I'm not gonna drive the truck, right? So I gotta pay my driver now. So let's go ahead and figure out how much we have to pay the driver. So me personally, what I do is I pay my drivers 25% after fuel, okay? I give them 25% of what the load pays after fuel. So if we do that, it's gonna be 2,100 minus 275. That leaves 1,825, and then we're gonna times that by 25%. So my driver now, he's gonna make $456 off that one load going one way, right? All right, so we got the 275 for fuel, we got 456 for the driver, and that truck has DEF. So let's add another, I don't know, 30 bucks for DEF, right? Let's go ahead and add it and deduct another $30 for DEF, and then there is. I think there's tolls going to Baltimore. Don't quote me right now. Let's just add another, I don't know, $65, $70 for tolls, okay? And then let's not forget, we have to prorate our monthly expenses. So, you know, your truck note might be $1,500. Your insurance might be another $1,500 a month, right? If the, you know, your e-log system, like what you need to do is make sure, in order for you to find out what your actual net take home profit is, you have to prorate your entire monthly expense and figure out like daily, how much does it cost for you to run your trucking company? So for this particular truck, if I remember correctly, it costs about $115 a day in expenses and fixed costs, right? So let's go ahead and find out what that load would profit be. So we're talking $2,100 is what I'm getting paid. We're gonna minus $275 from the fuel, minus another, say 30 for your DEF, minus another 456 for the driver, and then we're gonna minus 115 for your monthly prorated expenses, right? So on that one load that picks up tomorrow morning in Atlanta and delivers, or he can pick it up tonight, whatever, delivers the next business day, it's a profit of $12.24. He's actually calling me back. See, he's calling me back, right? That means that he really, really needs that load move. So I might be able to get a little bit more. Watch this. Alex speaking, can I help you?
Hey Alex, it's Tim with XPO. I know it hasn't been too long. We talked to you about that Georgia to Maryland for tomorrow a few minutes ago.
Yep.
My coworker has an option for the load, same rate, 2,100, but his carrier is like ready to take it. Wanted to give you a call first because, you know, I was talking to you first before he booked his truck. So if you're good, I'll send it to you. If not, gotta take that other guy.
Oh no, I totally understand, brother. I ran the rate by him. He didn't actually bite immediately, but I will be hearing back from him in less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
So as soon as I hear from him, hopefully you still got it. If not, I totally understand, brother.
Gotcha. Call me back either way. I had one load today. I had one tomorrow too, but it's covered. But I had one today that most likely will roll over to tomorrow because the shipper is already closed. Out of Conyers, Georgia to Swedesboro, New Jersey. It's actually less than 23,000 pounds. So yeah, if we will set it up to pick up tomorrow, deliver Monday though.
What's What's the rate on that one?
On that one, I can do 2150.
Gotcha. That's a little bit more miles though, ain't it?
739, and the other one is 738, so like 1 mile difference.
21.
This one out of Conyers, Georgia.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna run that by him as well too. Thank you so much for reaching back out to me, Steven.
No problem.
All right, bye-bye. So look, I was hoping that he was calling back, you know, asking me, hey, did you talk to your driver yet? Because that's a negotiating tactic right there. Like if he calls me and says, hey, did you talk to your driver? Like I told him I was gonna call him back. So the fact that he called me back, that shows me there's a high demand right now for trucks. So guess who has the power now? Guess who has the negotiating power at this point? I do, because why? Trucking is all a supply and demand. That's all it is. So the more you guys need my truck, the more money that I can charge. Does that make sense? So, you know, if he would have called back and was asking me about the load that we already spoke about, I'd have been like, hey, look, okay, you know, I spoke to my driver, but he's not budging, man. He really is trying to get like 2300, right? Because now I have the negotiating power. Now you need my truck. And it works the opposite way around. If there's way more trucks than it is freight, then they have the negotiating power. And now they determine what they want to pay me, because I'm just trying to get a load to get out of whatever city I'm in, right? But also the reason he also called me back is because he wants to get that other load moved, right? So there's some negotiating room. I mean, he says that he's firm at the 21. No, if you're calling me, that means your phones are not ringing. And I know that. So I tell people all the time, the person that wins the negotiation is the person who has the most information. The person who is the most knowledgeable about what's going on in freight, in the industry, in the market, that's the person that wins the negotiation. So if I'm green and I didn't get educated first, if I just came on here playing around and I would have just took whatever number was offered to me. But I need y'all to understand something. There's 3,000 loads available right now. And you can just be lazy and just take whatever you can get, or you can actually make an educated decision and maximize your profits, y'all. Okay? So is that a good load? Absolutely, it's a good load. Is it the best load? I don't know yet. I'm gonna be real with you. Being that the supply and demand is high for trucks right now, being that the market is in favor of the trucks right now, I'm not afraid of the work. Like I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of scroll down just a little bit more and just make sure that I am giving my driver and my company the most profits that's owed to me right now. All right? Man, listen, man, this has been dope. Super organic. I just, I did it live, man. We was on live TV today, man. But I just hope that this video, just gave you some insight on the industry, on booking loads. I'm very passionate about it. I love doing this. I'll be doing this till I'm 100 years old as far as trucking, because I mastered it. I mastered it, y'all. And my goal is for my students to master it as well. My goal is for my students to actually be better than me, right? I learned to become this good by just like keeping at it, right? I became this good because, I just kept doing it. If you do something over and over and over again, you have no choice but to become a beast at it, right? So what took me years to learn how to do, I'm hoping with this portal, I can shorten that learning curve for you. That's my goal. If I would have known what I know now back in 2012 when I first started, oh man, I'd be crazy out of here right now. Like I'm doing amazing, but I promise you, if I would have had that 4-year head start, if I would have had the opportunity to skip over that learning curve, if there was a portal that I could have paid for in 2012, I wouldn't have lost that $38,000 that first year. I wouldn't have went out of business. I wouldn't have got that high blood pressure from the stress of all the mistakes. It's okay to learn from other people's mistakes. All right, so I'm gonna see y'all on the other side. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit like, leave your comments. I'll see y'all on the other side, baby. Let's get it. So you want to be in the trucking industry. My name is Alix Burton, and I've been a fleet owner since 2012. And right now the trucking industry is exploding, right? But there's a huge difference between being a truck driver and actually being a fleet owner who has systems set up to make money without you physically having to be there. In 2018, I created a course to show you the exact blueprint on how you can enter this $800 billion a year industry. But not only just how to enter it, but showing you how to dominate and master it. So if you want to learn how people are averaging anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month per truck, I invite you to click that link and watch this free demonstration of the complete trucking portal. And I can't wait to show y'all how. I'll see you on the other side.